Before we start, let's pay respect to the Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Thank you. In Buddhist temples, when we have Dharma talks, normally we're going to pay respect to the Buddha. Thank the Buddha for his teaching. So Namo means pay respect. Shakyamuni Buddha. In Chinese, we add two more words. 本师, that means our original teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha. And let us remember that even today I'm talking. Actually, the original teacher is Shakyamuni Buddha. We learn from him. Okay. Today, I select a topic for us to study, to discuss. This topic is clear contemplation is the foundation of right understanding. Contemplation in Buddhism, actually, this is a part of a meditation. And every time when people ask me, what is the purpose for us to meditate? Basically, I do mention these two words. One is concentration, another one is contemplation. Just to increase concentration is not good enough. Yeah, we have to have a contemplation in order to develop wisdom, right understanding. So the topic is clear contemplation is the foundation of right understanding. Yeah. Before the talk, I wanted to read a few paragraphs of one sutra. This is from Sutta Nipaya. Sutta Nipada. I'm sorry. Sutta Nipada. Sutta Nipada. It's kind of long. I just wanted to read the first and a third, a second and third paragraphs. I'm going to read slowly, so please try to understand those sentences. Magandia, I believe this is a lay person, maybe a lay Buddhist, asked the Buddha, what is your view and what is your way of life and your future destiny? The Buddha answered, studying all the opinions that people hold fast to, I do not say, I declare this or I declare that. Observing all human opinions, but not grasping them, I searched for the truth and I found inward peace. But how would a wise person describe the inward peace you found without referring to one of the speculative systems, without taking up one of the human opinions you would not grasp? One does not attain peace by speculation, Buddha answered again. One does not attain peace by speculation, tradition, knowledge, ritual, or viewpoint, but nor is it attained without the help of any of those. It is by taking those factors as means and not grasping them as ends, E-N-D-S, as ends in themselves, that one finds peace and clarity. I hope that you all follow the meaning of those paragraphs. In my understanding, when we talk about clear contemplation, basically there are some conditions required. We have to have those conditions in order to produce clear contemplation. The first one is free from self-attachment. It's important. Any idea, any opinion, you put a label, says, this is my idea. Okay, I like this or I like that. Actually, we cannot think clearly. Yeah, there are two people. Okay, I like this person. Maybe I don't like this person too much. So when this person talk to me, because I feel I like this person, basically we are going to listen more from this person, listen less from this person. So what I like, what I don't like, what I feel good, what I don't feel good. As long as we put a label says that this idea related with I, related with my opinion or my feeling, then it's not going to be clear at all. So that's why today, let's see the whole world, different kind of idealism existing in different area based on different kind of factors, reasons. And if we can continue to discuss, that's fine. How about we cannot continue to talk? We fight, then that will be terrible. That will be terrible. We even cannot communicate because this is my belief. That's your belief. I don't agree with you. No more talking, no more communication. We are in trouble. If this trouble is between two people, it's okay. Maybe they can, limit the suffering. Yeah, just in small area. How about the whole group, the nation, the whole world? Full of this kind of attitude, then definitely there will be a lot of fighting continue going on. Second condition is when we wanted to contemplate the facts, the truth, basically this contemplation should not be influenced by traditions or beliefs. But, actually in a reality, a lot of concepts, what we are going to accept, and it's based on traditions. This is my tradition. This is my belief. And it's not easy to find, clarity at all. And also, clear contemplation should not be affected by knowledges, news, books. So Buddha told us, when you listen to any opinion, any suggestion, any information, that is not the end of it. You should continue to search by yourself. That is not the conclusion, you should make. And finally, I feel we have to have concentration. Without concentration, we cannot develop a clear mental stage. We cannot see things, steadily. A moving mind, unstable mind cannot regulate anything. You cannot remember things clearly. Yeah, we always, forget things around us. We cannot put everything together and analyze those things. So concentration is so essential in certain level. We have to have it. Yeah, that's why we practice meditation. And also right now, I wanted to use this opportunity to ask you two questions. See what you have in mind. How are you going to express your opinion? Okay, and your thoughts. Okay. The first question is, what is I? Who are you? What is I? What is I? We always say this I. If you ask kids, this is me, he's going to point to his body. This is me. This is I. I'm here. When we get older, we know this body is not permanent. One day we're going to die. How about after death? Where is I? What is I? Then we develop another concept. We have a soul in it, in ourselves, in this body. When this body is dead, my soul will continue to survive forever. So actually, there are some answers for I. And in Buddhism, when you ask this question, Buddha will say, I is the phenomena or entity formed by 5 elements, 5 skandhas. Okay, the body, okay, and the feelings, perceptions, mental formations, consciousness. So Buddha asked us to contemplate in this way in order to know what is the I. The conclusion is there's no unchangeable permanent I exist. No, we are changing constantly, mentally, physically. So we can learn, we can improve ourselves, we can purify ourselves. So at the same time, Buddhism is not nihilism. Buddhism is not nihilism. Buddhism doesn't agree that after death, there's nothing existing in this world. This is what we don't agree. So there is a changing I existing minute by minute. This is the reality. But without clear contemplation, actually we can observe those factors. We cannot understand, what we are. So 5 skandhas, okay, 5 elements. That is the way to observe ourselves, to know what is the I. However, let me continue to ask another question. Where do we come from? Judy, where do you come from? What is the origin of my life?
No coming and no going.
Okay, maybe in the future we are going to discuss your answer, okay? This question being asked for thousands of years in China, in India, in Europe, where philosophers, religious leaders, when they teach, they try to answer this question. And they give people different kind of answer. A powerful spring being created us. Or micromechanism, that is the original of life. And there are different kind of answers. And but in Buddhism, Buddha never answered this question. Buddha never answered this question. Actually, Buddha say this is it's a nonsense question. This question has question in it. There's no answer we can find. Okay. In my understanding, every time when we think about something, we always use 2 concepts to understand what we are thinking, what we wanted to do. Judy, tomorrow I'm going to meet you again. Where we're going to meet? At the temple at 10 o'clock. So we always use time, space, the space of time and space to describe everything. We get used to this. The beginning of this program is 10:30. The end of this program is maybe 11:20. This beginning, this is the end. Actually, if you observe the facts, there's no real beginning. When you say the beginning of this program, actually the end of my walking. I was walking outside. Okay, I finish my walking, then come to the hall. So it's comparison, understanding. There's no truth at all. There's no real phenomenon there for us to really grasp. So when Buddha was in India, one day a monk, he was meditating and contemplating. Suddenly, he said, I became a disciple of Buddha for some time. But somehow, Buddha never answered me this question. Where do I come from? So he went to the Buddha and talked to the Buddha. Say, Buddha, I have a question in my mind. And this is my question. When I listened to your talk, I never heard you answer this question at all. So today, I'm going to ask this question again. If you cannot answer, then I'm going to disrobe myself. Go home, okay? I don't want to continue to study. Actually, there's a sutra. The metaphor of, what do you call it, arrow. The metaphor of arrow. The sutra of arrow of, so there's a sutra. Actually, you can find it in English. I think so. Buddha said, PQ, there is a man who was shot by another hunter in the woods with a poison arrow. And his friends hurried to carry him back to see the doctor. When the doctor tried to operate on his wound, taking out the arrow that has poison, this man said, please stop. Let me ask you questions. First, you have to answer me, who shot me? And what kind of material is, what kind of material to make this arrow? The arrow made of what kind of material? What kind of poison is it? So this patient continued to ask questions before doctor can answer all those questions. He passed away. So Buddha said, our life is in this kind of a situation. Right now, how do you feel? Do you feel happy? If you feel happy, you're okay. Okay, you feel today I'm happy, tomorrow I'm happy. Next year, I'm continue to be happy. Then you have no trouble. You have no wound. If you say, today at this moment, I'm okay. I'm not sad. I'm not miserable. But next moment, I cannot guarantee myself. If you are in this kind of unstable condition, suffering comes in all the time, then you have to cure this illness first. So this is the answer of Buddha. And I think Buddha is very practical. His teaching is not a theory, for us to imagine, to believe in. Actually, Buddha wants us to observe the facts, how to help yourself, to save yourself right now at this moment. Not waiting for, someday we died. Okay, today, let's move to another area. Why we human beings has a lot of troubles, worries, sadness, and anxiety. I think there are some kind of thinking or mental formation is not correct. Yeah, actually, we base on those kind of attitude to think, to develop our thinking. So it's not clear. Definitely, it's not going to accumulate right understanding at all. The first one is we are always guessing. Can you understand this? A lot of things around us. Sometimes we feel we know it, but actually a lot of times we are using our guess to understand things around us. Things are not clear, but somehow we develop those thinking based on certain kind of guessing to establish the way we wanted to think. And it's going to create a lot of problems, for us. Long time ago, maybe 30 years ago, one day I went to a member's house. They invited me to go there for dinner. And after dinner, we sat in the living room, have conversations together. Suddenly, the weather changed. The thunderstorm, heavy rain came through Houston. Then the mother thought about her daughter. The daughter was in the school in downtown area, and so she was worried about the daughter. Then turn on the television, watching the weather condition. Oh, certain area is flooding. The water is very high. This mother watched those information, then started to concern about her daughter. And slowly, she's thinking, my daughter may be in trouble to coming back. Maybe stuck in some place. Maybe facing difficulties, dangers. I saw the mother's face was changing from normal to what do you call that? Blue, not blue.
Frustrating?
What?
Frustrating?
Not frustrating. Scary. Very scary. There's a lot of fear inside her. Because she cares about the daughter so much. By thinking those negative things in her mind, those mental formation slowly put her on the very negative track, develop a lot of negative feelings. I told her, I said, don't worry too much. Maybe your daughter is okay, she's safe. And she's 17 years old. She will be okay. Okay, don't worry too much. Yeah, and she will be fine. Suddenly, the daughter opened the door. Then she relaxed. Oh, you are fine. I'm glad you are home. Are we going to develop those kind of a thinking, for about 30 minutes or an hour? Fortunately, this out of love is still okay. The mother love the daughter, it's out of love. How about we have anger inside? This kind of guessing is out of anger. Then it's dangerous. It's going to, make the society very unsafe to live. I hate certain group. I hate certain people. I hate certain kind of, what do you call that? Human beings. Because of this kind of anger, hatred, guessing something. Suddenly, someone push a lady to subway track. This person doesn't know the lady. The young lady from Taiwan, as a visitor in New York. She was standing, waiting, and for the subway. Suddenly, somebody pushed her to the track. Can you imagine what kind of thinking this person had? I don't understand. So don't use guessing to find the truth. Or today, I do wanted to invite you to guess something. I have in hand. Today, I have this in my hand. Can you say what's inside? What?
Coins.
Corn?
Coins.
Coin. Coin. Okay. What else?
A rock. Yeah,
A rock. A rock. Okay, a rock. Okay, a rock. So clear contemplation means something you wanted to study deeply and see the reality with a lot of facts. Why I tied this so tight? Give me some time, okay? No hurry.
Take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Must be something very precious.
No,
No.
but it does useful, when you have the opportunity to use it.
Oh.
Okay.
Golf.
Okay. So it's not coin, it's not rock. But in human beings or society, if someone sees this and make a guess, the first person making a guess, this must be a rock. The first person guess this is a rock. The second person will ask the first person, what was in Venerable Hangye's hand? What is it in the bag? I think it's a rock. The second person will grasp this idea, passing this information to the third person. After a few messages, after a few persons saying this is a rock, they will say this is a rock, but actually it's not. Can you understand this? Okay, so today when we hear from people, when we hear a lot of opinion, please follow Buddha's teaching. We wanted to search profoundly and analyze those factors before we make conclusion. Of course, another attitude is we develop our thinking simply based on faith or belief or tradition. Today, people in this world still believe, human beings being, at least in that area, human beings being divided into four kinds of groups or castes. Today, in this 21st century, some people still believe in this. Yeah, I'm in this level, you are in that level. Okay. I'm higher, you are lower. And of course, a lot of cultures and traditions, do influence our thinking. And in Chinese Buddhist temples, if you go to the kitchen, we are vegetarian. How about you go to Thai Buddhist temple, Sri Lanka Buddhist temple? They may eat whatever people offer. So we have to understand these traditions, not to based on one tradition to criticize another tradition. Okay, so this is what we should do. Yeah, in China, when you pay respect to elders, parents, you better to wear hats, shoes. This is an informal way to pay respect to elders. But in India, you better to take off your hats and taking off your shoes. Because when you go to Myanmar, when you visit, pagodas, everyone, including Obama, he needs to take off his shoes in order to visit the pagoda. And finally, maybe not finally, but today I do wanted to mention that when I say clear contemplation is the foundation of a right understanding, I wanted to point out that in Buddhism, we do have some very essential right understanding we have to establish. Okay. The first one is impermanence. We have to understand what is impermanence clearly. We don't want to just listen. Oh, when I see the flower is falling on the ground, okay, it's impermanent. How about the impermanence in our minds, thinking about ourselves? Do we know that we are living, moment by moment? Life is dependent on breath only. If there's no breath, I cannot survive even today. So let's contemplate on this understanding in order to establish the right understanding of impermanence. The right understanding of the law of cause and effect. Last time I did mention there are 5 laws of cause and effect. The right understanding of interdependent arising or interdependency is very important. Okay. Of course, finally, the right understanding of no self-attachment. How can we establish those right understanding? How to improve those right understanding? Basically, there are 3 steps. Okay. The first one, we have to go through listening or reading. Yeah. In ancient time, most of the time, people listen. Okay. We have to listen from others, from teachers. Today, we can read. We have books. Okay. Through listening, through reading. The second level is we have to think on those teaching profoundly. That means we wanted to penetrate into those teaching, not the superficial understanding. So after we listen to others, we have to think by ourselves, contemplate on those teachings. Yeah. And finally, we have to go through the actual experience of those teaching. That means through meditation. After you gain concentration, you wanted to experience those teaching, those understanding, and feeling that this understanding is combining with my everyday life. It's important. For example, in Milanda Sutra, when King Milanda asked Venerable Nagasena, And do arahants get ill? Do arahants is liberate from sufferings. Do arahants get ill? And Venerable Nagasena said that as long as they have this body, sometimes they may be ill. They cannot free from physical illness. Then Kim Milanda asked another question. What is the differences between arahant and human beings when they have illness? Venerable Nagasena said, human beings, ordinary people, when we have a physical illness, we're going to have mental illness at the same time. We cannot separate this. But arahants, they cannot divide this. When they have a physical pain, their mind still in peace. And when you read this sutra on this page, understanding this teaching, actually, you have to experience this. Through meditation, we can gain this kind of experience in order to establish right understanding. Yeah. And when I was still very young, I was in Taiwan. And 1 year, during the winter break, I went to a monastery in a mountain. I joined a retreat for some time. After a few days, I discovered that I was very peaceful with my mind. But slowly, I discovered there are uncomfortable feeling from my legs after 1 hour. Okay. So there's a little pain, there's a numbness, and make you feel, yes, my legs is not that comfortable. But somehow, I can separate this feeling from myself. I noticed this feeling, but at the moment, I did not bother by the kind of pain at all. That was the first experience that I had in that year. And after the retreat, I was so joyful. When we meditate, we feel, oh, good, very peaceful. But out of sitting meditation, when you go out meeting people, sometimes we may not be joyful at all the time. But I think within about 2 months, I felt so joyful. You enjoy everyday's life. All people you see, you meet, you feel they are good friends. When you say, I wanted to sleep, you can sleep right away. No hesitation. After 2 months, this kind of experience slowly fading, a little by little. But somehow after some time, yeah, we can gain this back if you continue on the practice. Yeah, for a certain kind of time. So today, thank you for listening to me, and it's already 11:20. And any thoughts that you wanted to share with others? Any comments? Yes, please.
You were talking about the poison arrow, and I've often heard that used as an illustration of pain versus suffering. The poison arrow goes in, and that's pain. Well, it's an example of pain. But then the questioning and the confusion about what are we going to do about it, and then some of the details, and I need all the information, is the suffering. Is that accurate? The first arrow and the second arrow? First arrow of pain, second arrow of suffering?
Yes, I think actually Buddha simply means that when you have a poison arrow in your body, you are suffering. Okay, and that represents that in our life, and if we feel we are suffering, like this person, then we should take out the arrow. Okay, not ask him other questions.
Well, that's really what I was getting around to, because before I learned anything about the teachings of the Buddha, I always heard the Buddha say, well, life is suffering. Life is suffering.
Oh,
And I
okay,
thought, oh,
okay,
how negative.
okay.
And then
Mm,
what I think I understand about that now is that the pain is inevitable, but the suffering is optional. We can work on the suffering.
Okay, okay. Thank you for asking me this question. Actually, I wanted to mention this teaching to you that actually Buddha taught us Four Noble Truths. Okay, yes, a lot of people, including a lot of Chinese Buddhists, when they study Buddhism, they feel Buddhism is teaching sufferings. Actually, it's not correct. Uh, when, uh, when we say life is suffering, it simply means we wanted to recognize our facts about life. If you feel you are not comfortable, if you feel you are not happy, then let's face it. So the first truth, the first teaching is let's recognize the reality, how you feel. Okay, if you feel you are not happy, then find the causes of this. So the second teaching of Noble Truth is the cause of suffering. Then Buddha taught us the third teaching, third truth. Suffering can be ended. All kinds of pain can be eradicated. So that means the doctor told us that don't worry, even you are ill today, I can cure your illness. Guarantee you are going to be free from this suffering. The fourth truth is the way to end suffering. So it's important for us to study Eightfold Path. That is the medicine. So the first truth is the illness. Okay, and the last truth is the medicine. So we wanted to understand those four truths at the same time. Thank you.
But in the story of the two arrows, is it not correct to say the first arrow was pain? And that's not optional, that's happened already.
Oh,
It's
yes.
there. But you do have an option about, are you gonna get the second arrow or not? Are you gonna get the suffering arrow or not, with all of your questions and worry?
Okay.
You
Okay.
see what I'm saying?
Yes, you're trying to, okay.
Yeah, it's two separate.
I think it's two different stories.
Two different
They're
stories.
both about
Two different,
arrows, so we can-
two different stories. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
two different concepts from Buddha's
Yes, yes.
teaching.
When I mentioned in the Milanda Sutra, is another story. Okay, the metaphor of the arrow is another sutra. So both of these sutra describing different kind of teaching. Yes. So when we study Buddhism, we better to know there are Four Noble Truths. Okay, not just learn the first one. It's not enough. We have to learn, four of them. Especially the last one is so essential. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the 24 patanas and like the 12 dependent originations. You said there's 5 laws of cause and effect. I think, did you say that? Or what are those 5 laws of cause and effect? You don't mind, just kind of quick.
Okay.
You don't have to go into great detail.
And last time, actually, I introduced this teaching from Venerable Buddha Gosa about 1500 years ago, when he write commentary on Four Nikayas. In one of the commentary, he introduced 5 niyama, 5 laws of cause and effect. Okay.
I'll Google it when I find out when I get on.
Yes. So 5 niyama. Last time, the reason for me to introduce those 5 niyama, 5 laws of cause and effect, because I do agree that if we only talk about karma as the law of, as one law, the only law of cause and effect is not clear enough. Yeah, karmic cause is so essential, but also we have to plus that the other causes, yeah, physical causes, psychological causes, and also what do you call the 生物学是 biological causes, okay, and also the weather conditions.
All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Shall we conclude today's talk? Yes, please.
All right, thank you very much, Tony. Ryan, please. And
Okay.
wrap up today's program. Three bows to the Buddha and Dharma.
Okay, first please repeat after me. Okay. Namo Buddha, Namo Dharma, Namo Sangha, Namo Buddha, Namo Dharma, Namo Sangha, Namo Buddha, Namo Dharma, Namo Sangha. Okay, 3 bars.
And one bow to the whole.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.